Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be just a quick clean and just a little bit of decluttering. I think I had mentioned in one of my last videos that I wanted to declutter some of those things underneath my TV, and I'm going to do that. I've also got some things that I wanted to go through, some baby stuff that a friend has given to me, but I really honestly feel like this is going to be a talking video. I think most of my videos have ended up being just talking through. I apologize if you're not here for that stuff, but as you can tell in the title, this is going to be an anxiety cleaning video. Now, a lot of people, if they do anxiety cleaning videos, a lot of times you will see it's like anxiety and depression, and their house hasn't been touched or cleaned, in weeks, sometimes maybe months, and that's not really where my head is at. The thing about me is I clean to get my mind off of what is making me anxious, if that makes sense. So I try to just keep myself busy. So on this day, I got home from work and I knew in my heart, all I wanted to do was change my clothes, feed my dog, take him outside, and go to bed. And it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I have been this way for, well, I don't know, probably, the last 30 years. But just recently, like literally within the last 3 or 4 weeks, it's just been really, really hard, I guess. And if you know me personally, like I always try to be funny, I always try to be upbeat. I never want to bring anybody down. Does that make sense? So I don't, really talk about that much. So lucky for y'all, this is where my outlet is. And I feel like there's a lot of people that watch these videos that feel the same way. And I just want you to know that you're not alone. Not alone, ever. I think I've also mentioned in a couple of videos that I had a hysterectomy when I was 20. What year is this? How old am I? Okay, so I had a hysterectomy in 2006. I'm 47. However long ago that was, I don't know. I can't do math right now, okay? But it's been a long time. So that basically just like threw me into an early menopause, and I have gone through the trenches, y'all. Like I have paved the way for this thing called menopause. I really haven't. Don't take that personally, but it's been rough, okay? So my anxiety has just been on level 10,000 ever since then. It's just exacerbated it and made it worse. So any little thing that I think of, I just make it 10 times worse. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I come home and I feel like I'm in one of those moods where all I want to do is just lay down, I don't want to let myself get to that point. And I know that if I just keep moving and do something to keep my mind off things. Yeah, sometimes when I'm cleaning like this, I will just sit and think through what it is that is making me so anxious. And honest to God, that helps. Have you ever heard somebody say, okay, if you've got a lot of, feelings or whatever, or if you're in the middle of an argument with someone, just sit down and write them a letter. You don't have to give it to them. You don't have to mail it. Just write it down. And then you can burn it, throw it away, whatever, as long as you get those thoughts out. So that's kind of like what I do. I just want to get the thoughts out, and 9 times out of 10, it makes me feel better. I know that with my anxiety, oh God, y'all, it's awful. Like dumb stuff, okay? Dumb stuff. I will spend 3 days straight being terrified that there's going to be a sinkhole under my house and it's going to swallow me up whole. Stuff like that, like nonsense. Well, I guess in this day and age, it's not nonsense, but oh gosh, you guys, it's awful. But I really did want to talk to you guys about something else that's been really, I don't know, heavy on my brain, and it's YouTube. I don't want a pity party. This is not what this is for, but I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it because I've been doing this for 5 years, okay? I put so much hard work and effort and time and money into these videos, and it's almost like a slap in the face when you can't even get 1,000 views when I've got 15,000 subs, okay? Make that make sense. It's hard. Like I've got friends here, other YouTuber friends that have 10 times as many subs that I do, and they are going through the same thing. It's not just me. I'm not saying it's, I'm just whining and crying and complaining about it. I don't know what it is. I know that YouTube is not in danger. Like, YouTube is like the number one search engine platform besides Google, and we're kind of powered through Google anyway. I feel like maybe cleaning just is not where it was, and I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know. Like I work 40 hours a week already, and I'll come home and I'll probably put in 50 hours a week on these videos. You spend money, you spend time, your effort, and it just kind of makes you start to feel like you're not good enough, and why bother? Does that make sense? So a lot of people are like, well, you should do it just, to have fun and to, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's a lot of other things I can have fun doing and not stressing myself out about it and spending as much money as I do. Does that make sense? I've also had a friend of mine that she's been with me since day one. She's always commented on my videos, always been so sincere and sweet. And, she reached out to me a couple years back and she was like, you gave me the, I don't know. I can't think of words. You made me want to go out and do my own channel, basically, So she did. And she is leaps and bounds ahead of me, which is, I love that for her. I do. And it's not that I get, irritated over stuff like that. It's like, what am I doing wrong? You feel me? Like, I don't know. YouTube is just so crazy. It's so crazy. And it just makes you not want to do it anymore. Does that make sense? And again, I'm not trying to have a pity party. I just wanted to relay this information to you because sometimes that's how I feel. So if I go for a week and don't post anything, it's because I'm like, why? I feel like I post the same things over and over again. And I don't want you guys to get bored. So I'm trying, y'all. I'm really trying. Also, let me show y'all the golden boy, the one that y'all love so much. He can't do no wrong. So I was cleaning the table off here. So last weekend I went on an all-girls camping trip. And that green bag right there had some accoutrement of some s'mores that I had. And I hadn't taken the stuff out yet. And I forgot that the stuff was in there. So I took the bag and I set it on the floor so I could clean the table. So he's over there, ninja status while he knows I'm busy. You see him look up to make sure that I'm not looking, right? You see that. And what's he do? What does he do? He gets him a big old mouthful of campfire marshmallows. That's what he did. That's y'all's nephew. Y'all's nephew did that. I had to let him have it, right? Everybody deserves their s'mores. So that stresses me out. So this stresses me out. I let it stress me out, y'all. That's the thing. I let it get to me this bad. And I don't want it to. I want this to be fun again. And I know that I'm not speaking on behalf of everybody that does YouTube because there's some people that could literally pull a horseshoe out of their you-know-what. Like I have seen people that have, their editing is not great. Their thumbnails are not perfect. It's just, I don't know. And I really don't want this to make me sound like an awful person because I'm not. And it's just, if you guys could just see this side of things, like, you're supposed to have your title exactly right, and you're supposed to have your thumbnail exactly right, and you're supposed to have these tags that are going to bring people to watch your videos, and if everything's not perfect, then, well, the 5 hours that you just spent cleaning your house that would have only taken you 45 minutes, and the other 3 hours that you spent editing, and the money that you spent on, the software to get all that stuff done, I might make $13. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know. And I don't know what to do because I'm not going to make a mess just to clean it, right? It doesn't make sense. And I have a lot of people saying, oh, well, redo your bathroom, redo your living room, redo your bedroom. Do y'all want to send me money to do that? I don't have the funds to just be up and doing, redo. If I did, then I would have a whole channel full because I would tear this place down and rebuild it. I know that okay, first of all, if this is your first time here and you're hearing all this, I apologize. I really do. I apologize. But those of you guys that have been here, you get it. You know me. I'm venting. That's all this is. I'm just venting. And it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're all going to be fine. Okay. I just kind of wanted to let you guys know where my head was at because it's a struggle bus over here. But anyway, we're going to get underneath this TV stand and get all this stuff out. Now, if you could tell, there are 2 windows. Look how disgusting that is. It's so gross. There's one window on each side, but 2 shelves are the only ones that can be seen. So that's why I put those baskets right there. So when you look at it from the outside, it doesn't look, horrible. But I really desperately needed to go through all of this stuff. I knew there was some stuff in there that needed to be thrown out and really just rearranged and just decluttered. So I'm so glad that I got in there and really just wiped all that stuff out. I'm like digging in my eye right now. And I'm not even kidding you. I think I got dust or a dog hair from this particular scene right here. And I cannot get it out. Anyway, yeah, I will say though, all of you guys that reach out to me, everybody that I talk to, phone calls, text messages, everything like that, I just love y'all. And I want to say thank you for, just being here. You know who else is always here for me? That dog. That dog. Even though he's all up in my business 24/7, I love him. He's the best ever. But yeah, I found a lot of stuff in here that I was actually looking for. Don't mind my gut hanging out. I wasn't even paying attention to that. I apologize. But so glad that I got in here. Another reason why I'm glad I got in here is because I found some pictures from when we went on vacation. Well, it wasn't really like a vacation. It was like a 3-day weekend with the boys. We went again to a concert and Wet n Wild, I think. I don't know. There's me and the mister, and the boys. Yeah, Wet n Wild. It was a great time. I need to do that again. Yeah, I think I just need a really good vacation. Anyway, work harder, not smarter, I'm going to go ahead and get Rosie out. I'm going to let her do her thing while I get everything else done. But I had a friend of mine that I went camping with, like I mentioned before, and she brought me these 2 huge things full of baby stuff. So I wanted to go through it. I wanted to go through and see if there was anything that was going to be in season and in the size that Mila's going to be when she gets here. I also think that I have decided that in the spare room, not this room, this is like the office, but in the spare room, I think that's where I'm going to have the baby stuff. I think I'm going to go in there. I'm going to rearrange. I'm going to clean. And I'm going to do like one of those 4-in-1 pack and plays. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Like some of this stuff hasn't even been used. So grateful for this. So grateful. Leanne, if you watch this, thank you so much for bringing this stuff to me. So overjoyed with this. I can't even tell you how much. But I think I'm going to get one of those 4-in-1 packing plays. Golly, Ned. Pack and plays. Where they can sleep, you can change them. It's got like all the good stuff on it. And I found a few that I like. And I think I'm just going to put that in there, which is neat because that bag that's sitting behind that box is full of like mattress covers. And you can use that. You can use those in a pack and play. I'm excited, y'all. I really am. And now I'm afraid that like all my anxiety is going to be on the baby. Like, I don't know. Is she happy? Is she healthy? Is she, I don't know. Y'all, I need therapy, I reckon. But anyway, I've had doctors that are like, well, let's put you on this medication, this, that, and the other. And then I look at it and I'm like, it's for depression. They're like, yeah, I'm not depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm anxious. I can't stop. I probably have a touch of the ADD as well because I'm all over the daggone place all the time, all over the place. Also, I thought about hormone therapy. Now, my gynecologist suggested it at one point, but in the same sentence, she was like, yeah, we can do hormone therapy, but you're going to run a really high risk of breast cancer and XYZ and blah, blah. And I was like, well, no, I don't want that. So I think I'm really honestly like on the down spiral of this whole menopause thing. My hot flashes are starting to go away. Thank you, Jesus. But now it's just like, it's my anxiety. It's my body and my mind. My mind is gone, y'all. I can't think of things that are like just so obvious. Like words. Words will not come to me to save my life. They will not. I'll just be in the middle of a conversation and just stop. Like my battery died. And people are looking at me like, what? I'm like, there's a word I'm trying to think of and I can't think of it. And I don't know. And my body hurts so bad. Like so bad. I used to go to the gym like 5 times a week. I don't know. Everything just hurts. And then my doctor's like, well, go to yoga. If I could move, I would. All my joints, y'all. And you're going to see me right here. When I try to get up, I pulled my back out. And I had to like linger for a second. So I apologize for this view. But I had to gather myself because I was going to cry. So this is like an everyday situation. Every day. It takes me like 10 minutes to get out of my bed. It's awful, y'all. Anyway, she's doing her thing. Just a getting it. But yeah, this is kind of what I wanted to come and talk to you guys about. Like it's everyday something, and I do it to myself, I think. But just know that you're not alone. Know that you're not alone, and it's going to be okay. I need to tell myself that too. It's going to be all right. Like this stuff here. These cornhole boards have been rocking and rolling in the back of my car since the baby shower. That was 2 weeks ago. Why are they in there? Well, they're not anymore. They're not anymore because I decided to, you got to go take these out, girl. Every time I try to make a turn somewhere, they're like clanking in the back. Anyway, it's just stuff like this. I knew I wasn't going to come in here and do like a whole house, front to back, laundry, scrubbing floors and toilets. I wasn't going to do that. But I needed to come in and get some things done, feel productive, not like a lump that just wanted to go to bed and cry myself to sleep for no reason. For no reason. That's what this was about. And I hate that people have to go through stuff like this. But we're going to make it. We're going to make it. And YouTube's going to be fine. It'll be fine. Also, if you've ever wondered about getting one of these things, if you didn't think that they were going to work, they do. Look at this. Nasty. And it probably would have picked up more if that little tank right there was bigger. So gross. But she did the job. Like, I didn't have to get my vacuum out. Like, she did it. She did it. I think I do have this in my Amazon storefront. Go check it out. There's a whole bunch of good stuff, new stuff in there. I also had to get all of my smelly goods going to make me feel better. But, thank you so much. Thank you for coming and listening. And I just kind of wanted to give you a backstory on maybe as to why my videos were kind of slacking lately. And it's not you, it's me. But I love you so much. And I appreciate you being here. And I cannot thank you guys enough. But that's all I got. I love you and appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.